Shallow? Are we going to be, finding decent support at the 7650 or at best 7600 before we start an uptrend?
Good morning, Lata. I think markets so far have given those shallow corrections, and possibly this could also be a little shallow correction, maybe slightly deeper, not impossible, the way the things are panning out, because it's not just India. I think world over we have seen a global rise in the markets. It's another thing that in India that the FI money has come, and plus we have a very decisive government based on which there's a lot of optimism. But world over, whether they are Asian markets, US markets, they've all been riding very high. So I think we are still following the global pattern, and there is a good amount of, a little more bit of tailwind for the Indian markets. So I think given the situation, maybe a little more than a shallow correction, very much possible. But still, Lata, it still is going to remain to a market which will remain buy on dips. Because a lot of people who have been left out, and there's a left out feeling, probably they will all try to enter at a suitable time. So I think it still remains a market to be bought on the dips and selectively to be acquired.
Okay. Dilip, hi, good to see you in today. I'm going to ask you about one of the earnings reactions that we got, Tech Mahindra, one of the top losers on the Nifty today. How did you read the numbers?
Well, I think after a series of excellent quarters, I think probably they are just, I would say it's like taking a pause or a breather in this particular quarter. So, in that sense, markets are a bit disappointed the way the results have come out. But I don't read too much into this. I would still feel that maybe 1 or 2 quarters here and there, and one should not forget the stock also has had a very good run up amongst all the IT stocks. So against that perspective and this results, maybe there's some correction which is bound to happen. But I think on a broader and a longer term basis, Tech Mahindra should certainly be on one's radar and should be a part of the portfolio.
Okay. How about property stocks? Some of them have been very downbeat, but HDIL came up with a fairly decent set of numbers, improved cash flows more than anything else. Anything in real estate space, in particular HDIL?
Lata, I'm not tracking HDIL, but still on an overall basis, I think real estate still will be a little laggard because the way the things are, whether it's the commercial property where the rates are still very low. So possibly the scenario will continue possibly for next 3 to 4 quarters as the economy revives. But I think more important, they still have to grapple with the cash flow problems, the dues to the banks, and how this will get sorted out. So I think against that perspective, maybe we will just see a very selective rise in some of the stocks.
Okay. Will you buy Maruti? I thought the July numbers looked very good. They were certainly better than our poll, 20% higher. Expensive stock, but what's your thought? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, Lata, I will certainly buy this Maruti, at least as a part of the core portfolio and slightly for a longer term basis. I think the margins for this quarter were very much in line. But more important, which I found very, something which was very conspicuous was that the average discount was at the highest. Now, if that is the case, and if we are overall, we are expecting that over next couple of quarters, things are only going to get better, my sense is that this discount, if at all, has peaked out or it will start coming down, and that will get reflected more in the operating profits and the operating leverage. So I think overall Maruti still remains a good stock to really acquire in your portfolio as a support, as well as you can expect a reasonable return in this particular company.
What about NTPC? That stock is down 2.8% today as well.
I think NTPC is once again probably not to be seen a little on a quarter-to-quarter basis. Okay. But amongst all the PSUs, I think this stock still remains one of the best picks, one of the very safe stocks to invest in, especially when the markets have run up so much. More important, what we expect is that NTPC, with the kind of cash that it has in its book, probably as they already invited expression of interest, and they will acquire quite a good assets out of the stressed assets in the power sector. So they will be able to ramp up their power capacity. And I think on an overall basis also, the ROEs will be still better. So net, I think NTPC is something which you really like on a longer term basis.
Okay. What about pharma stocks, Dilip? Lupin, I mean, it was a mouth-watering set of numbers, but they are also coming expensive. Which ones do you like, Lupin in particular?
Well, Lupin delivered good results, beating the street expectations. So they have been growing consistently at 25%. I think there is some technical edge on the FII front, and probably there's some kind of FDI approval which is required because they hit the FII limit. So technically the stock probably is remaining a little capped. But this is a stock which will still continue to give at least 20-25% return over next 1.5 years. So Lupin certainly looks good. But within the pharma pack, I think it's still going to be something like, say, a Sun Pharma, which still looks pretty good and solid. And I think I would even go for Divi's from the current level. I think Divi's looks pretty good and interesting even from the current level.
Okay, Dilip, I just wanted to quickly ask you, considering that it's the end of the week and L&T is down over 10% at current reckoning, is that an opportunity to accumulate according to you?
Sorry, which stock you said?
Larsen & Toubro, L&T.
Sure. Yeah, I think Larsen & Toubro again simply remains a very classic case that you have to buy into the stock at the dips. The performance is still going to take some time. What is more important is that the intake of the orders continue to be good. Cash flow situation is, which was at the worst, is only going to improve. The ROEs are only going to get better. And I think amongst, as what we always say, that this is a company which is the only company which has a balance sheet to take a very serious orders. So though post first quarterly result, it has corrected reasonably well. I think I would look to buy L&T certainly from these levels.
Fair enough. Out of time, Dilip, thank you very much for informing us on a wide variety of stocks. We have to take a break. Thereafter, on our corporate radar, Jacob Kurvilla, the CFO of Vigar Industries, joins us. That stock has seen some fireworks.
पापा की नहीं सुनी तो वो बुरा मान जाएंगे।